As the end of the worktop adjacent to the sink has to be cut to size, here we will need to apply a new edge. The initial cut can be made with a jigsaw, leaving approximately 5 to 10 millimeters to be trimmed back with the router. As this piece has the edging on both faces, we will use the plunge cut to the back edge to avoid possible splintering. To make sure there is no dirt or grease on the components being glued, clean them thoroughly. An isopropyl alcohol wipe is included in the pack for this purpose. The edging is already sanded to give a key for the adhesive. Make sure you use this side to put the glue on, and not the smoother side. Use the wipe to clean the cut edge of the worktop too. To make sure a good even pressure is applied along the length of the edging, we recommend the use of 3-way clamps, spaced out approximately every 150 millimeters. Use some scrap material or wood under the clamps to make sure that the face of the worktop is not damaged. With all the clamps in place, awaiting the edge strip, we are ready to mix the adhesive. Mix the adhesive well and pipe it onto the edging. Make sure there is a good bead of adhesive around the edge of the strip, and then fill in the center portion with a suitable covering. Feed the edging under the row of clamps and hand tighten the lateral part of the clamp. You should see the adhesive squeeze out of the edges. Depending upon the ambient temperature, leave this adhesive to cure for approximately 45 minutes. On cool or damp days, this may take longer to cure fully. When you're applying edging in situ, leave the strip flush to the bottom edge rather than the top. This will make the sanding easier, as it's difficult to sand when there is an end panel or a cabinet below. When the adhesive is fully cured, remove the clamps, and we are ready to start to sand the edging. Start with the coarsest grade of sandpaper, a 120 grit, and the random orbital sander, and remove the overhang from the underside and the end. It is quite easy to see when enough of the excess is removed. Then, change to the 240 grit and cover all areas of the edging. To replicate the radius edge of the worktop, roll the sander over the edge. This is all we need to do to the underside of the board. A hacksaw can be used if the overhang is big enough. Start again with the 120 grit and then move on to the 240 grit and then the 320 grit. Now, as well as sanding the edging and creating the slight radius to the top edge, the surface of the top is also sanded and blended in. Clean the dust off. Wet the surface with water. A little washing up liquid helps. Then, use the red Scotch-Brite pad and random orbital sander, working all areas that have been sanded, and blend into the surrounding areas. This will create a paste that helps give the final finish of the worktops. Wipe down with a damp cloth and check against the surrounding areas.